Leave a like, hit subscribe, enjoy from Grizzy Games. Here we go. Look at those awesome revolutionary Super Nintendo graphics, right? Yep, and my mic's on, that's good, all the mics are on. Let's watch the intro to cap off this amazing Let's Play episode. Love that DK dance. And Cranky pumping his fist along while committing abstract murder. No, not really. All comedic relief. Alright. Now let's start the game. So I have 3 save files. Let's go with save file 1. And kick it off. Oh, love that. Love that music, the rare made in the good old days. So, without further ado, jungle hijinks. So, first thing I'm going to do is go back into the treehouse, get our one up, and I have to do this. I know it's kind of pointless, but I just love the way he just goes, when he finds out all his bananas are missing. Oh, I thought I landed on an enemy. Guess not. Try to collect the Kong letters if we can, so we can try to get as many one-ups as possible. Alright. 1-up. Try to collect as many bonus rooms as we can. We won't be going for all the bonus rooms on the first playthrough, but we'll save that for another episode. Alright. Oh, just missed it. Jumped the gun a little bit. But that's okay. That is okay. I think I already got the G, I think. Is there anything up here? No. Love that little jig they do, and get used to that, because we're going to be seeing that quite a bit. I think we got all the bonus rooms in Jungle Hijinks, I'm pretty sure. Alright. Here is a upcoming is a well-hidden, bonus room. I'm gonna try to see if I can get it. Oh. Want to get that Ramby token. Alright. I'm pretty sure it's this. Yes, it is. Back when I first played, I never knew that bonus room was there. Alright, got the N. Alright. Pay attention. Aha! Cheers to you, donkey. Cheers to you. Oh, wait, want to get that. Can I get up there? There we go. Alright. Thank you very much. On to our first cave level. I remember, I remember when I first got back into Donkey Kong, back when I was like a freshman or sophomore in high school. And what got me into that was the Game Boy Advance version of this game. And then I played the Game Boy Color version. And then when I finally found my old Super Nintendo, there was a used video game store near my house. Anyways, there was a used video game store near my house at the time, and that's where I bought physical copies of Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 respectively. Growing up, I only owned Donkey Kong Country 3, and I would rent 1 and 2 from the video store all the time. And I think this was the one I rented the most when I was staying at my mom's house, and I would also, and when I stayed at my dad's, I would rent Diddy's Conquest all the time. But so I guess overall my favorite of the trilogy, I would say DKC 2, but if I said DKC 3, I'd be a little biased because that's pretty much the only DKC game that I owned when these games were popular. But that, I don't know. It's a tough decision. They're all three of these are really spectacular games for their time, and still are today. Like, don't get me wrong, but if I had to choose a favorite, it'd be a tough call between 2 and 3, but this one's pretty good too. It's just that DKC 2 and 3 have a lot of extra content that the first Donkey Kong Country game didn't. Like, for example, there were bonus rooms, DK coins, and all kinds of like games you could do and all that. But the Game Boy Color and Advanced version of these games kind of added some more content to this one too. Like, I know the Game Boy Advance version had like a dance studio at the Candy's, where Candy's safe place was, and in the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance both, there was a fishing game you could do at Funky's area. I never really tried them because I was only focused more on like what I already knew from the Super Nintendo version, but I did try them out and I thought they were pretty cool. Especially the Game Boy Color, because it had some sound effects that I felt really pushed the Game Boy Color's limitations. And I know Exo Paradigm Gamer did a review where he compared the Super Nintendo version of each of the Donkey Kong Country games and compared them to the Super Nintendo, the Game Boy Advance remakes. And I think his, and coming from a guy who grew up with these games, I find that his conclusions were kind of on the mark and or similar to where I would put them. But I remember playing this, plus Super Mario RPG, and this one other game I had for my Super Nintendo called Young Merlin. I mean, back then I was kind of naive on what games were good and what games were bad, but I feel like it's a game definitely James Rolfe should review as the Angry Video Game Nerd. Got the bunch of bananas. I played many games as a child, which he's currently reviewed, and one of those games in particular was Terminator 2 Judgment Day for the GameCube, and I thought that's one thing I would never see on the internet, but in retrospect it was a pretty bad game because like most of the stages were so confusing. I had no idea how to progress, unlike most games I played at the time, which were pretty straightforward. Alright. Oh, I thought I was going to screw up there for a sec, but I guess not. K-O-N-G spells Kong. Alright. The next stop is Candy Save Shop. Probably a good time to save. Alright. On to boss 1, and we're only 12, and we're almost 13 minutes into the stream, so I say we're making pretty good time. Wow, that was quick. I thought he would take at least 2 more hits. But, like, it's been a while, right? If you enjoyed the video, follow me on Twitch for future live streams, and follow me on Twitter for updates on Grizzy games. Links in the description below. Thank you and have a great day.